Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to learn how to build powerful, cool decks?
Yes.
Let's do it. Say hello, this is Nephew Sliver.
Hello.
NANI?! Ah, that's pretty cool, Muldrotha, the great type. Okay, so little Nephew Sliver has decided that he wants to build Muldrotha, the great type. Okay, so we have 6 booster packs from Commander Legends. When I'm at a pre-release or things like that, I like to first separate them by color, right? So for example, colorless, white, blue, black, red, green, blue, red, blue, black, white, maybe lands over here. Where's the rare? Oh, Court of Grace. Oof, not that exciting. And multicolor, okay, and the tokens over here. Okay, so average pack, I think. Elvish Visionary, cool card. You know, it draws a card, it replaces itself, so not bad. Okay, let's go with the next one. And Elvish Dreadlord. When Elvish Dreadlord dies, non-elf creatures get -3/-3 until end of turn. So this is for an elves deck, right? We'll see. Reyaf and Nimris. Okay, so multicolor, green and tokens. Nothing too exciting yet, I guess. This one is cool. Phyrex Enrager. It's a 2/2 for 3 mana, and when it enters the battlefield, you will draw a card and you lose 1 life, but you draw a card. So this is a body on the battlefield and it replaces itself, so good card, especially in sealed. Land, okay, these are the uncommons. Blue, Sifter Worm, and Sakashimas Prodigy, Flash, Cascade, and it enters as a copy of any permanent that entered the battlefield this turn. Okay, not that bad. Is your Noma. Ooh, Filigree Familiar Foil, and copy. Copy and paste. Okay, so this is the 4th pack, I think. Ooh, Command Tower. That's a good land for sealed, I guess, for Commander in general, obviously. And Blasphemous Act. Okay, some mass removal. Very cool card. Alina, or Lena, Slurk. Say it, Slurk. That's a funny name. Oh, and the Prismatic Piper. Okay. 5th pack, Preordain. Cool card. Pauper staple, Legacy staple, banned in Modern. It's that good. Soul Smite. Okay, some removal. Ooh, Thorn of the Black Rose. Pauper staple, and I think this is a pretty cool card in sealed, in draft, in pre-release. It's, I mean, if you become the Monarch and no one takes the crown, that's some serious card advantage. Terramorphic Expanse, okay. These are the uncommons. Mindless, Outdone. And, okay, one of the the lands that complete the Battle Bond cycle. This one is the Boros land. Lands. White and Velvorka. That's cool. And look at this, one of the edge foils. Last pack. Oh, my deck is not going to be that powerful. I think yours looks better with Muldrotha and Sakashima and all of that. Demonic Lord, okay.
For green.
And my rare is Sweet Gum Recluse. Flash, Cascade, Reach. Not the best. Early Geth, Crossroads Augur. If you would scry a number of cards, draw down any cards instead. Okay, so this is cool because we opened like 2 copies, I think, of Preordain. So I'm definitely going to play blue, I think. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see our most powerful colors.
5 minutes later.
We're ready. I decided to build Eligeth, I don't know, Crossroads Augur. However, I included the Prismatic Piper as its partner to add black, so we can have a little bit of a self-mill sub-theme. So I'm going to be playing Eligeth, Prismatic Piper, Dimir, mid-range, card advantage, self-mill. I mean, the packs weren't that good. You saw it. Were the packs really good?
No.
Nah, not really. So beggars can be choosers, but let's show a little bit of the deck so people have an idea and you have an idea of what was my reasoning behind choosing the cards, etc. As you can see, I included both copies of Preordain with my commander. They become draw 2 and then draw another, so it's like draw 3 cards. That's 1 mana, draw 3 cards. That's Ancestral Recall, right? So that's pretty good. Then I included a copy of Aqueous Form. You know, enchanted creature can be blocked, and whenever enchanted creature attacks, you scry 1. So I could enchant my own commander or one of the other flyers that we have on the deck, and that's going to be scry, or if my commander is in play, it's just draw a card, right? Targeted removal in the form of Ghastly Demise. Like I said, I included the Prismatic Piper to splash black and have a little bit of a self-mill sub-theme. So we're going to be playing a lot of spells, and our graveyard is probably going to be full between the spells and the self-mill. So this is good removal, you know, instant 1 mana, destroy target non-black creature if the toughness is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard, so that's good. Some interaction right there. Target player mills a card, we can do it to ourselves or to another player if we know they're going to draw something good. And the sacrifice effect, that could be helpful if we really want to return a card from our graveyard to our hand, okay? In the 2 mana slot, we have Sky Diamond, a little bit of ramp. We didn't crack a Sol Ring or anything like that, so yeah, Sky Diamond is not that bad. We have Mask of Memory. You know, when an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, discard 1, so it's more card draw for our deck. Like I said, this deck is looking to draw a lot of cards, you know, a lot of card advantage. We have Ashur, Ward Wing Familiar. This bird has flying, and spells your opponents cast that target 1 or more commanders you control cost 3 more to cast. I think it's important to protect Eligeth because it's 6 mana, so that's very expensive. If this guy is in play, it's going to be harder to remove Eligeth, so I think this is good, and it has evasion. Then we have Flaring Saboteur, another creature that it can make itself unblockable, and if it deals combat damage, you will draw a card and you will discard a card, so that's like a looting effect. But it's still a good creature. It's efficient, 2 power, 1 toughness for 2 mana, and it's also card, not card advantage, but you know, card draw. Runaway Together is just a combat trick, you know, instant, choose 2 target creatures controlled by different players and you return those creatures to their owner's hand. So like a very mini Cyclonic Rift. You like Cyclonic Rift, right?
Yeah.
So this is like a really awful sealed version of that. This one is a very good card, I think, at least in sealed, and I think it's going to be somewhat good in Pauper. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. So it's one of the cards that we have in the deck to become the Monarch. And then we can enchant a creature, and that creature won't untap during its controller's untap steps, as long as we're the Monarch. So this interesting pseudo removal. Then we have Sailor of Means. We have 2 copies. It creates a treasure when it enters the battlefield, so that's like ramp for Dimir colors that don't really have access to much ramp. Pyrrhic Rager, another body that also replaces itself because it draws a card. The Crow of Dark Tidings helps with the self-mill plan, and it's a solid flyer, you know, 3 mana for a 2 power, 1 toughness flyer. That's not really that bad. And then we have Army of the Dead Tide. So this is where our self-mill plan starts to shine, because we can tap this little merfolk wizard and we can exile cards from our graveyard equal to the number of opponents we have to have a target creature in our graveyard gain Encore until end of turn. Okay, so also part of the late game strategy. In the 4 mana slot we have the Ashur Fleet Admiral, another way that this deck has to become the Monarch, because when this guy enters the battlefield we become the Monarch and it cannot be blocked by creatures that the Monarch controls. So if we get the monarchy stolen from us, this guy can swing and try to get it back. Like I said, Thorn of the Black Rose, excellent creature, Death Touch, a very solid body, and it also, well, it's another way that this deck has to become the Monarch. Okay, then we have Merchant Riders. When it enters the battlefield, we tap a creature, and that creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as we control these 2 guys. Eyeblight Colors, which is an elf warrior. It's a 5 mana 3/3 creature, but when it dies it creates 3 1/1 tokens and we will mill 3 cards. So it's good value, it helps with the self-mill plan, that's why it's here. We have some counter magic. Do you like counter magic? No, new players don't really like counter magic, but this is cool and it has Cascade. So this is a form of interaction, a form of removal, and it has the added bonus of Cascade. And then we have this creature, which is pretty interesting, is Nimris, Nessun Trickster. It has flash, it has flying, and whenever we cast our first spell during each opponent's turn, we look at the top 2 cards of our library, we put 1 into our hand and the other into our graveyard. So again, card advantage, card selection, self-mill, all in this little guy. It doesn't have the best of bodies. I mean, it's hard to remove, right? It has 6 toughness, but it has flying, it has flash, so that's good. And then the mana base gets a little bit wonky. We go to the 6 mana slot, we have Interpret the Signs, a sorcery to scry 3 and reveal the top card of our library, then we draw cards equal to that card's converted mana cost. So this could potentially draw us a lot of cards, especially with our commander in play. Then we have Sakashimas Prodigy. It has flash, it has cascade, and we may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any permanent that entered the battlefield this turn. So if we have a bunch of mana, we can copy any of our top end big creatures. We could also copy something cool that our opponents play, right? For example, if Nephew Sliver plays Muldrotha, I could play this guy and copy Muldrotha. So that will be cool. We have some board wipe in the form of Feast of Succession. All creatures get -4/-4, and we become the Monarch. So it's not the best board wipe ever. It's 6 mana, but we have to work with what we've got, and we also become the Monarch. So again, more card draw. And the final card in our deck is Vinolin, I don't know how to really pronounce his name. The Moon Kraken. So it's a Kraken. It's a 6/8, so it's a big guy. It's a thick boy. It's like a finisher, and when it enters the battlefield, or whenever we cast a spell with converted mana cost 6 or greater, which is good because we have a bunch of them and our commander is 6 mana, we can return target non-permanent to its owner's hand. So it's also a trick. And that's it, that's the deck I chose to play. You get Crossroads Augur, a lot of card draw, a lot of card advantage, self-mill, But you know, it's just the classic Boros, little creature, smash face, with a really crappy equipment and auras sub-theme. I just don't really like these types of decks. Come on, Wizards. Boros needs the help. So yeah, I'm not gonna play this. I'm gonna play these two little guys with my Dimir deck. So, tell me, Nephew Sliver, are you ready to try to build your own deck?
Yeah.
So let's do it.